All right, so I'm here with Phil, who's generous enough to give me a ride to my doctor's appointment. Phil was just talking about his schedule, so Phil, I asked you if you were coming from work, but you said no.
Yeah, I got off work. It's 10:56 now. I got off work at 1 o'clock this morning, went home and went to sleep, was up by 7:30 because I tutor some kids. I teach a EMT class for Alameda County, so nice. I tutor some kids that need a little bit of extra help in understanding the material. So I tutor them for about an hour, hour and a half, and I'll go back to work tonight, do 5 p.m. till about 2 or 3 in the morning, get off, go home, sleep. I have class tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Wow.
Until noon. And then I'm actually off for 2 days. I'm off Friday, Saturday, and then I work Sunday 12 hours, Monday night, and Tuesday I work another 12 hours, and then Wednesday another 4 or 5 hours. So, and school Monday and Tuesday in there as well.
Yeah, that's a lot of hours you're racking up.
Yeah.
So what are we doing later today?
We are going to the protest later today.
All right.
So.
And this is your first protest?
Yes, first protest ever.
Nice.
So.
How do you feel?
I'm curious. I'm curious to see what it's going to be all about. I'm curious to hear what people have to say about the cuts to education. I was watching the news the other day, and I know that President Obama got up and was trying to get everyone excited about not making any more cuts to education, but you know, easier said than done, I guess, because all I seem to see is people having to fight and beg and plead to get into classes sometimes. So I'm hoping that today the voices get heard and we can achieve you know, what we've set out to do and get classes back, get some teachers back, so we're not having to fight so hard to get into the classes we need to graduate or transfer on.
Is the protest linked to any assignment in class?
Yes. I think it could be linked to a couple different assignments. It's definitely linked to a newspaper article that we have to write on the protest, but I mean it's good in helping our writing and you know, our formatting and all that. But I also think it goes hand in hand with the reading that we've been doing on a Puerto Rican in New York, and how the chapter, the best way to learn, you know, the students saw that in order for things to get done, sometimes the people had to go out and protest, had to go out and stand up for what they believed was right, what they believed was true or fair. And you know, that you can't just take things in stride or take things sitting down. Sometimes you got to stand up and make a point, you know, so that people can hear you.
Going back to what you said about the assignment, like, so do you have to, what does that entail, the newspaper assignment?
So I'm going to interview some people today who are at the protest, see what they're protesting about, why they're there, you know, how long they've been protesting, what they're hoping the protest or their presence at the protest will accomplish, and then go home and write a newspaper article on it. My own story on how the protest went, what I experienced, what I saw, what the people said, what the protest was about, you know. So it's much more than just going and fist pumping and shouting, but you know, we're going to accomplish something. We're going to exercise our you know, our rights.
I'm excited to see how you feel after the protest too, since it's your first one. So
me too.
And we're definitely stopping by Morgan Stanley, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why are we doing that one?
Because I'm just a little, you know, community college student, you know, and College Alameda is just a little community college, and you know, we're not out making money. We're not a for-profit organization. And
not by any means.
Yeah, not by any means. Good Lord. And Morgan Stanley, on the other hand, is, you know, raking in money hand over fist, but yet we've got a deal with them. Well, it's not really, it's a deal for them, actually.
Right.
We're not seeing any benefit from it. We're paying them $1.6 million, money that we could use to add classes, that we could use to, you know, probably better equipment, you know. There's a lot of things that could be done with that money, so you got to go back and just show these people, put a face to the masses, you know, so it's not just, oh, there's a bunch of students that are
totally.
signing papers. You know, there's actually people now downstairs in the lobby, you know, who are being affected by this. So.
Yeah. Awesome. So in case you guys haven't been listening to the news, Morgan Stanley got bailed out and we got sold out.
Yeah, pretty much.